Hello, everybody. The jet fighters will be surrounding the plane in about 7 minutes. Oh, I heard that's where you had at the press conference.
We tried, but Caroline stopped it.
Carolyn saved you. You're lucky. You're lucky. You're a little out of control.
How's the trip going so far?
It's
Well, it's
going
fascinating
very
like you're
well.
meeting with the
I
Syrian
think it's really
president.
going well. Great relationships. And now we're meeting with the group, which is fantastic. Amir is a great guy. I know Walt very well. Well, yeah.
Thank you.
You're going to be surrounded by 8 fighters, in about 7 minutes. Then you say, do we need them? And when they say yes, that doesn't make me feel good, right?
What's the threat? Did they tell you what the threat is?
No, let's assume there's not a threat. We have to assume that.
How did you find the Syrian president?
Right. Right. I think very good. Young, attractive guy, tough guy. You know, strong pass. Very strong pass fighter.
Does that worry you?
But he's got a real shot at pulling it together. I spoke with President Erdogan, who I'm very friendly with him. He feels he's got a shot at arguably too. It's a torn up country.
Do you think Syria will join the Abraham Accord?
Yeah, but I think they have to get themselves straightened out. I told him, I hope you're going to join when it's straightened out. He said yes. But they have a lot of work to do.
What about Lebanon? Do you think there's a path for Lebanon to normalize relations with it?
You know, a friend of mine is the new ambassador to Lebanon. And I didn't even know. And I never knew his relationship, but he was born in Lebanon. And he said, I'd like to be the ambassador. He's a very successful guy. And I said, you know, that's very dangerous. He said, I don't care. I love my country, and it's worth it to do. It's sort of a beautiful story. You may want to go and interview him sometime, Michelle. He's a great guy, but he's approved, almost approved. But, you know, there's a danger there for a very successful man to go and do that. I said, you sure you know what you're doing? It's like Doug taking pictures. So you got some good shots, I guess. It's a beautiful scene. The last scene at the airport I thought was beautiful. We rode out together. They generally don't do that. They don't generally meet presidents.
There have been some reports of the Syrian president wanting a Trump Tower in Damascus. Did that come up at all?
No, that I haven't done. We'll have to wait a little while. Let things calm down a little while with the country. I think he's going to do. He's got the potential. He's a real leader. He led a charge, and he's amazing. But did you see him? Did you get to see him?
No.
No, he was there. He was with us at the event.
Did the PGA Tour or Live Golf come up at all in your conversations with the Crown Prince?
No. You mean the Live?
Yeah.
No, we didn't discuss.
What about that Saudi intelligence agent? The 9/11 families want the Saudi intelligence agent to be extradited to the United States to face charges for 9/11. Did that come up in conversation?
No, it didn't. But I know all about it, but it didn't come up.
On Israel, you're not going to Israel. Does this trip sideline Israel at all?
No. This is good for Israel. Having a relationship like I have with these countries, with Muslim countries, essentially all of them, I think it's very good for Israel.
Can I ask you again on Israel? On the hostage deal, did any of your people speak with Israel about the release of the American hostage? I'm sorry, the sanctions lifting of Syria. Well, let me ask you first. What credit does Israel deserve, if any, for that release of the hostage?
Well, they've been fighting a long time. They're warring. And I think they deserve a lot of credit. I think my people deserve a lot of credit, maybe the most credit. He wouldn't be there if it weren't for us. He wouldn't be living right now. Probably none of the hostages would be living right now. We probably have 20 that are living that will be getting out step by step. We've gotten a lot of them out. Last time, a couple of weeks ago, 10 people walked into my office, the Oval Office, and they said they had a 59 on their shirt front. And I said, what does that represent? The number of hostages? I said, oh, that's a lot. They said, well, 24 are living. And now it's 20, the number's 20 are living. Or died. And the young people don't die. Young people are killed, they don't die. So the 24 living, of the 59, 24 living is now down to 20. And we got done out. His family was so thankful. We did a good job with it. We'll continue to do it.
President Trump, Thursday, if President Putin doesn't show up in Turkey for the talks with Ukraine, what will you do?
Well, I don't know if he's showing up. I know he would like me to be there. And that's a possibility. We can end the war. I'd be thinking about it. Then tomorrow, we're all booked out. You understand what I said?
But you go if he
We're going to
goes.
go UAE tomorrow. And so we have a very full situation. Now, that doesn't mean I wouldn't do it to save a lot of lives and come back. But I'm thinking about something. I don't know that he would be there if I'm not there. We're going to find out. Marco's going. And Marco's been very effective.
How are you feeling about how Putin is handling this? I know you had said a few weeks ago you thought maybe how Putin is handling this. You said a few weeks ago you thought maybe it was terrible.
I'll let you know in a few days.
Mr. President, on Israel again, has any of your team been in touch with Israel and your team about lifting the sanctions on Syria? What's their reaction?
Well, we touched. I mean, we told them we're doing it. The reason I did it, and I think it's been very popular, actually, certainly in the Middle East, it's been popular. Virtually everybody. But the reason I did it is because I spoke with President Erdogan, who I get along with very well. And I spoke to Mohammed, as you know, was with them, and they thought it was very important to do. It gives them a much better chance of survival as a country.
And you should want the opposites about it.
Well, I think what's happened is Turkey feels we should do it, other countries don't. If you looked at my speech last night, which I assume most of you read, I think the biggest flaws was what I said that we're lifting these sanctions on Syria. And that's because they want to give Syria a chance to live, to be great,
Mr. President, an Emirati government-backed firm did a $2 billion deal. An Emirati government-backed firm did a $2 billion deal using the Trump digital coins. How did that deal come about?
I don't know anything about it. I really don't know anything about it, but I'm a big crypto fan, I will tell you. I've been that from the beginning, right from the campaign. I'm a believer in crypto, and if we're not going to do it, China's going to do it. So where I look, it's like AI. I'm a believer in AI because we have to have it. We're leading China by a lot. And in crypto, we're leading China by a lot. So I'm a big crypto.
You didn't know about that?
No.
Senator Schumer said he wants to block your Justice Department political appointees until he gets answers about
Schumer is, he's become a Palestinian. Something wrong with him. I don't know. I've known him a long time, and there's something wrong. He's lost his confidence totally. And there's something wrong with him. I don't know what it is with Schumer. Yeah, did you have a question? Go ahead.
I've got two questions on Iran and Russia. Are you still considering secondary sanctions on Iran's oil exports?
Let's see what happens over the next week. I don't really want to answer it because I want to see what happens over the next week. Go ahead.
Okay, and then on Iran and Russia, are you considering sanctions on Russia for supporting Iran and for the continued war in Ukraine?
Well, again, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm always considering the secondary sanctions. I had the secondary sanctions on Iran and drove them into bankruptcy, and there would have been no October 7th. There would have been no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody else. So I'm always in. As you know, I put secondary sanctions on Iran again. And hopefully they're going to make the right decision because something's going to happen one way or the other. Very simple. It's going to happen one way or the other. They can't have a nuclear weapon, so we'll either do it friendly, or we'll do it very unfriendly, and that won't be pleasant. Thank you very much.